Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel after about 6 weeks of an unplanned hiatus. My name is Original Stephen. I am a Twitch streamer who focuses mainly on horror games and more recently on Most Haunted reaction videos to Season 1 on YouTube. I appreciate you coming back. It is lovely to see you again. I would first of all just want to apologise for the gap between episodes. I had a few things in personal life going on, just had to take some time out to get my head on straight, but we're all good now. Just please promise me you'll all look after yourselves and exhibit self-care, as we can all learn from Claudette Morel in Dead by Daylight. Self-care is important. Having said that, it has been a minute since we last dove, spelunked into Most Haunted, and a quick recap. So last time, I had to actually go back and just refresh myself on it. So last time we went to the Ostrich Inn, and there was a lot of drama. If we didn't know that landlords were evil already, then that certainly showed us, because there were people getting boiled in oil. Thomas was the ghost of Choice who was possessing Derek up and down the stairs, and we got very excited that we were going to find some sort of like logbook of the evil things the landlords did, some sort of text that gave us more information, but sadly we never got that. So that was sad, but it was a very, very good episode. I really enjoyed it, and it's got me excited for the next episode. So next episode, or this episode as we're going to be watching, is going to be at the Souter Lighthouse, which I had a quick Google. I don't know anything about it other than it's a lighthouse near Newcastle, near Sunderland, I think is the nearest town, because I looked at it. I have no intention of going to these places, but I like to look how far away from me they are. I don't know if that's weird. Apparently it's only like a 3.5 hour drive. I'm not going to do anything with that information. So that's how far it is from Glasgow. But I'm looking forward to it. You all know I love a lighthouse. I would particularly like to Airbnb a lighthouse at some point in my life. I don't know if that's possible. I feel like I've looked at it before and it is. But yeah, I just like the idea of a lighthouse. So I'm very excited to get into this episode. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. Let's head to the lighthouse.
The truth is the truth.
I've got someone called John here.
Who's playing hide and seek at Souter Lighthouse?
Souter Lighthouse. I'm so excited. Unseen Extended Edition should have reminded of that. Very exciting.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. In Tyne and Wear, right by the sea, is a lighthouse that's been here since 1871. It's steeped in history and apparently has a resident ghost. Now, some of the people that work here have heard, seen or felt strange things. Some of the people here say it could be the ghost of the old lighthouse keeper that died here. Who knows? Most Haunted want to get to the bottom of the phenomena of Souter Lighthouse.
Interesting. I hope we find out how they died.
It was the first electric lighthouse in the world. Standing over 75 feet high, it was constructed by Robert Allison to protect ships from the rocks and cliffs of the mainland. It was near here that the famous Grace Darling rescued the survivors of the Forfarshire in 1838. Her niece, Isabella Darling, resided at Souter from 1881. It was an interesting place to work and live, and maybe that's why people say some of the past residents refused to leave.
Never heard of that. I've never heard of that ship. It's just made me think, are lighthouses still a thing?
What a dumb bitch.
I feel like they'll all be like shut down because of technology now.
Now, if there are such things as ghosts, proof that they exist would be absolutely amazing. Now, we're going to be spending the night here, 24 hours to be exact, and that could be enough time to try and catch any paranormal activity on camera. Now, to help me do that, we've got our usual crew. We've got Carl there, and we've got Martin at the back. Give us a wave. And in here, we've got the rest.
I'm sorry, I saw Marcel. Marcel better be involved.
Of our crew, they're setting up. We'll see them a bit later on. And of course, we've got the help of our usual experts. Now, Jason, you've got lots of boxes here. What's this thing?
This is an electromagnetic field meter. It's a little bit more advanced than the one that we've used before. It doesn't make a noise.
I like this one because it makes that noise.
That's the one that makes noise. This one, it has various different settings for electrical, magnetic energy, standard electrical energy. Well, this one, Yvette, actually, is something we've not used before. It's a hygrothermal clock, and not a hygrothermal clock. So basically, it measures the minimum maximum temperature.
Not Yvette being a hater on her own show. Did you see that face she pulled? The upgraded, exciting tech. Yvette.
In a room, which we've used before, but also it measures relative humidity, so we can eradicate natural causes.
Okay, so if there's such a thing as cold spots, which is supposedly where a spirit would enter, allegedly,
Allegedly.
This will pick it up. We don't need to watch it all the time. We can leave it in a room, set it up, go back later, and we will know if a cold spot has occurred. These are basically, they're very much like burglar alarms. They're room guardians, so they are motion sensors. If heat moves in the room where this is set up, we will know, or if a cold spot appears in the room and moves, we will know, because it will set off and it will screech extremely loud and scare us all to death. And we can run there and then get our cameras out. So that's what they're for, and we have 2 of those to set up. And of course, we've got our old favourite as well, the night shot camera too.
So we're going to be very busy then tonight, aren't we?
Yes.
Hopefully we'll try and pick up some paranormal activity. Fingers crossed. Another member of our team who's on his way to Souter Lighthouse is, of course, Derek Okora. He's our spiritual medium.
Now, I'm sorry in particular for the hiatus to Derek Okora, who has been driven around the country for the last 6 weeks waiting for me to play this episode.
Sorry to this man.
Now, remember, as usual, he has no idea of the location. We have given him no knowledge or history about the lighthouse. So it'll be really nice to see him when he gets here. I think he'll be a bit phased, though.
And there's no such thing as books about the lighthouse.
To work as property manager here 2 years ago, I was unaware that there was any paranormal experiences that had been detected by the staff here.
Well, I've been here 6.5 years, and in that 6.5 years, there's been quite a few odd things going on. Not so much scary things.
The main experience that I've had here was the first time.
Sorry, if anyone's familiar with Liam Kyle Sullivan's Kelly, doesn't she look like the mum?
So this is the top you wanted to borrow?
I saw somebody that I thought was a member of staff walk past the kitchen window, but when I went to speak to them, there was nobody there.
It was in the middle of the night. It was about 3-4 o'clock, and I actually came into this room, the engine room. I came past those canisters, the air tanks, and I just felt that there was someone in this space I am now just move out of view, and the hairs on the back of my neck and the hairs on my back went up, and I just knew, I sensed a presence as well.
I was up here about 10 o'clock at night with the light on. I was busy locking up, turned the light off, went down the stairs, and somebody was tapping on the outside windows. I know there was nobody there was just me.
I think the person that I saw is most likely to be a keeper here, simply because of the clothes he wore. He was a tall, slim man who had sort of a blue uniform shirt on.
If you get a good look, let's take a little note of that. So a tall, slim man with a blue uniform. Let's see if Derek comes up with anything.
And it just seemed to me that that's the kind of thing that they would have worn here.
The ghost, or if you want to call him ghost, is very interested in what's happening with the lighthouse. We'll find that after major building works or any sort of nighttime activities, there's always something happens.
There's been other bits and pieces, things like items going missing. They turn up later on, you don't know where they've been. They turn up in obvious places where you would have looked for them in the first place. And although it's a bit irritating, it's not really scary, just like someone playing jokes on you.
It's playful. It's
a playful ghost.
A bit of fun. It's someone keeping a watchful eye over the place, making sure perhaps that we don't go too far with whatever we're doing here.
I'm not a great believer in ghosts or spirits of that nature, but when you do see things happening, well, you know, you've got to think again.
Spirits of what nature is he? What does he believe in? If not ghosts and spirits of that nature, what does he believe in? Demons?
A demon! A demon! A demon!
Or that's all I can think.
We think whenever we have something strange going on at the lighthouse or something a bit different experience, then that's the time when he appears, or there's something funny happens in the lighthouse.
Even when you're on your own in the building, it's quite a comforting presence that you have with you. You never actually feel like you're on your own.
Well, that's nice.
More than anything else. I presume it's to him.
And so
he would, wouldn't he?
There's never been a threat. We've never sensed that.
Well, I think he's looking after the lighthouse more than anything else, making sure everything's okay, you know.
I'm sorry, not ghost related. I love the visual of that red light in the pitch black. That's so creepy. I love it.
This is the engine room, and these large bits of machinery actually operate the foghorns and the light in the lighthouse. But mysteriously enough, tools actually disappear from this room. And
So is the lighthouse still in use? I didn't...
What a dumb bitch.
I forget if they covered that already. I thought it was just like decommissioned, but I guess he's a lighthouse keeper and they're all there at like 3 in the morning, so maybe.
Turn up in the most strangest of places. Well, tonight we hope to find out who or what is moving them. Well, this is the room where the lighthouse keeper and his family would have spent most of their time. But strangely enough, I feel like an intruder. This is the corridor that leads straight to the lighthouse tower. Some people say that they've seen strange, ghostly shapes walking up and down here. Now, all the lighthouse keepers that worked here must have walked miles up and down these stairs. So, if there are such things as ghosts, why on earth would we want to come back and haunt these stairs?
Fair point of it.
Well, this is the actual light. That's 4.5 tons of glass, and it sits on 1.5 tons of mercury. And it doesn't really take much to push it, and that's because of the mercury that sends it round.
Don't you spill that mercury?
I said that many a lightkeeper has gone completely mad because of the mercury fumes. It's a real funny feeling up here. It's very, very still. It's a bit creepy.
Whilst the crew were preparing for the
I'm a little bit concerned at that much mercury. I mean, I'm sure people that build lighthouses know better than I, but it's famously known for driving people insane, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Did you know the phrase mad as a hatter comes because people that used to make hats back in the day used to use mercury for like holding like the base in place, and they worked with it that much they went mad. So that's where that comes from. So I would not be keen to be blasting a light and spending a lot of time in there.
night shoot, I decided to have a quick break. And as we all know, some of the strangest things happen when you least expect them.
Oh.
Oh. Is it me? That's quite interesting actually, because you can hear that through there and then it's going down. So it's something that is slightly unusual because it's a localised field of electromagnetic energy in front of you right now. Because it's not, you can detect where it ends. See, it's not, it's here. Oh! That's all right, that's because I'm up and down.
Is something sitting in that chair?
It's gone just like that.
Well, everything has a natural electromagnetic field to it, as we know when we talked about that before. What was strange about that is that was a localised, what's known as a localised field, so it was detectable around here, not here, not here, not above, not below. So there was no source for that I could see. If it was next to something that was very strong in electromagnetic energy, that would be the reason that I was picking it up. But the fact there was nothing around it means that it wasn't explainable. It doesn't mean it's paranormal, it just means that it wasn't explainable.
Where did it go to on the counter?
Well, it was up to 1 milligauss, which isn't very high.
Yeah.
And we have to, I think, make clear that was not a high reading. What was unusual about it was the fact that it was localised. It definitely was localised.
So what, I know, right, say for instance, there's such a thing as ghosts. I have never seen a ghost. I want to see one because I want to be able to.
You need to be relaxed about it.
No, I know, but I want to see one because I want to say yes. I now believe. I don't know whether to believe, and I'm in right in the middle.
Well, that's not true.
No, but it's something.
We can't prove it. All we can say, what would just happen is this is evidence. Now, electromagnetic energy exists in the atmosphere anyway.
So what would have been making that noise? Just
Good question.
What that was, it is a fluctuation in the natural electromagnetic field of this room. Some people theorise that ghosts are drawing on the natural electromagnetic field of a location to manifest, sort of like using the energy, which is why you pick up fluctuations. That's just a theory. But for whatever reason it does occur, that was slightly unusual. How many times have I said to you, the times when ghosts come are when you're relaxed, you're not thinking about it, we're not concentrating, we're having a bit of a laugh, you're just sat here relaxing and one's come to say hello to you, perhaps. I'm not saying that as a practice.
Our spiritual medium, Derek Akora, had arrived.
Oh, here
he
he
was
comes.
certainly surprised to find himself in a lighthouse.
A blinking lighthouse.
Come on.
Oh, time to check out their dinner. I wonder what they've had. Pudding, it looks like they're on pudding stroke dessert, as it is commonly known.
Derek, what exactly are poltergeists?
A poltergeist will have to have a strong personality when in the physical body. Strong, I suppose, mind. A determined mind. So, of course, when they leave the physical body, they're still retaining that energy, that extra energy. And that generally, as far as I understand, will be the makeup of a poltergeist in our atmosphere.
They're often associated teenagers, aren't they, because of all the energy that's
around. Of course, yeah. That's where they get the greatest energy. And also children. Oh yeah, from children to teenagers. But then again, it's, you know, scientific. At times they say, you know, and no disrespect, Jason.
None taken.
I don't think we should be quite mocking science. I think we could maybe say that science doesn't understand it yet. Like, we've not figured it out scientifically, but not science.
But they often say, you know, leading from puberty and what have you, and because of the body chemistry and what have you, there's a very strong link. Yes, I agree to a degree on the energy, but not because, you know, the way it is categorised. I don't believe the total picture of the way it's explained scientifically.
Well, the actual word poltergeist is a German word. It means noisy ghost. And poltergeist seems to sort of go down into two separate categories. That is a location-based poltergeist and what is termed a person-based poltergeist. Now, location-based poltergeists are spirits which move physical items around. Either you see them move or you come back and they have moved. And there doesn't seem in those cases to be a central person, such as Marcella said, a teenager or somebody with a lot of hyperactivity around them. Having said that, there's the person-based poltergeist, where there does seem to be a focus of attention for the poltergeist itself, and that can be a teenager. It might be somebody who is very eccentric or has a lot of excess energy about them. The energy that is described, which is believed to be around poltergeist, is psychokinetic or PK energy. I think it's important to note that there are ghost tales and ghost cases where things move and it's not connected to a poltergeist, so it's a bit of a grey area, but they do stem down as those two main areas.
Not to side with Derek, but that was a lot of science. He just science bombed us. And not 100% sure what he said, but some things, some areas are haunted, some people are haunted. That's my takeaway.
Derek, what are you expecting to happen here tonight at Souter Lighthouse?
Well, when I first arrived, Yvette, and whilst I was still outside, I was very hopeful in the sense at that time that possibly there's activity here in the main building connected to the lighthouse. However, when I walked in, after 5 or 10 minutes, I started to get little bits, little feedbacks, if you like, of residual. What surprised me more than anything else is that there's the little bits I was receiving and Sam was trying to prompt me with seemed to be taking me out whilst I was in the building, take me out to the building as if I'm linking towards the sea, the water. And
interesting. I wonder if that will come back later to someone who got in the sea.
Then I said, well, okay, at this point, even to this moment in time, I firmly am convinced, and I'm hoping sincerely that maybe that when we do the walk, that the little bit of activity, I'd say it's kindred activity. It's a friendly atmosphere. There's nothing negative and alien to me. If it is, it's hiding from me.
Ooh.
In your experience, Jason and Derek, is it likely that there would be a number of spirits? Would they be competing with each other, and would they be from different eras?
Different eras, yes, can be, because of the residual energy and the time spent. It's very easy for me to say, here it is, a lighthouse, so automatically there's got to be ships that are going by. But out there, phew, so many ships, so many wrecks, bump, bump, you know, mines, bang, and wreckages and currents of water. And some of those souls have come in here during those times in visitation.
It's important to know, it's interesting you ask about the different kinds of levels of ghosts, if you like, through different eras. You would expect in any building of any length, that's been around any length of time, they would have different ghosts from different time eras. And I think it's quite, not perhaps obvious, but it's quite, you would expect around a lighthouse that there's going to be shipwrecks. So it's interesting.
Right, this is really thick. This is really thick. Don't judge me. Isn't the point of a lighthouse so that there aren't any wrecks? So why are there like hundreds of wrecks round about this lighthouse? Am I just missing something? I feel like I'm maybe just missing something. I'm not particularly up to date on lighthouses and how they work, so I should just shut up.
Bitch.
It's picked up on that because it's something that you would perhaps expect to be around here.
See, I wouldn't. Right, okay, as I said, I'll shut up. I wouldn't expect there to be. Same, Marcel. Same. I wouldn't expect there to be shipwrecks around a lighthouse. I would expect there to be shipwrecks like away from the lighthouse. Marcel and I, we're invested.
So do you reckon it's time to go? Start the hunt? Okay then.
Yeah.
Oh, the drama. The
team had split into groups. Carl and I were exploring the lighthouse corridor with the help of an EMF meter. Electromagnetic frequency. For anyone who doesn't know, who's not up to date on ghost hunting equipment. I think we explained it in the intro, sorry.
Oh, that's weird.
I feel all right. I don't feel... Just go to those electrical things to prove it's not them. It stops completely.
Oh, I don't like this.
Now this is where we were earlier, where the old
They're not plugged in though.
And
Look, right up to this.
you're right up to the electrical
Look,
bits.
you
It's
get
not
nothing
clicking,
in
is
there,
it?
listen. Even that.
Would Derek, our spiritualist medium, have an answer for this strange activity?
Okay, now this is the engine room.
Yes.
Are you picking anything up in here at all?
A little bit earlier on, off camera, I did...
Unrelated again, sorry, I don't enjoy the colour scheme of this room. I feel like this is all wrong, and that makes me think that it would feel haunted anyway.
Pick up a certain amount of energy.
Right.
And that energy wasn't coming from either myself, yourself, or anyone else, physically.
Getting
I feel as if
scanned,
there's
Jason.
Quite a bit of movement that has taken place, even to the present day now, in this area. Most definitely a man's movements, a man's movements. I feel it's, you see, earlier I picked up both a gentleman, a man, and a woman.
I'm sorry, I am obsessed with Jason and his clipboard. Sometimes you just need a homosexual with a clipboard, and Jason is that girl.
And I feel this is a collective force. The man connected to the woman. In another area, the woman would walk, but a man coming here. I keep on, you see, that name keeps on coming with me. In fact, two names are coming through in mind. And one most definitely is William, and the other is Thomas.
Oh, another Thomas?
Not connected. Okay. And I want to go with the name. It's, you see, with one of these men, I want to talk about the tobacco and the very, very strong, pungent tobacco that could have been probably, I don't know, rolled or something, but a very strong fragrance from this tobacco.
Do you want to try and move on?
Yes, I'd like to do that, yeah. Okay.
Derek wanted to revisit an area where earlier he had sensed some spirit activity.
Now, as I come into this atmosphere here, although looking at the present decor and what have you, I feel as...
I'm sorry, again, right? The brown walls with the green floor. Really? Maybe I don't want Airbnb in a lighthouse.
You know, my mind has taken me again, you know, residual thought is if I want to
decorate,
darken this area for some reason.
Same.
And I feel as if presently, you see, I'm getting a feeling here in this atmosphere of covering, trying to block my view. I got this earlier. It's like as if there's someone in the atmosphere trying to cover my view.
Was that what you were talking about when you said hide and seek earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, cover my view.
Now, interesting though, is that what you were talking about when you said hide and seek earlier? Yeah, that's like planting that idea. That's almost like tying those two things up when he shouldn't really be doing that, as only there for observation. Also, Derek blends into this decor.
And I feel with this as well, is if I've got an individual spirit that possibly was this way in the physical life, was a person that was, I don't know, a mischievous feeling.
Right.
Mischievous.
Do you know, can you pick up whether it's female or male or?
You know, I feel as if there's also two people, so to speak, loggerheads, a male and a female.
Oh.
And I pick up not such a good rapport between the two of them.
What did he do? What has he done wrong? What are we standing our girl for?
It's like as if they didn't see eye to eye.
Because he was a man.
Over maybe possibly many issues. And you know, I don't know why this is given to me, but I feel as if one wants to see the other not well or not healthy.
Oh, really? Not happy at all?
Yeah, and I feel it's like a cover-up.
A cover-up?
Yes, please, yeah.
Cover-up?
I'm just asking and asking.
Oh, look, more brown.
I feel very strongly, like I did earlier, a lot of activity that is not necessarily taking place right at this moment, but I felt psychically, I want to be pulled in here.
Do you mean that people have had psychic experiences and visions here?
I feel so, yes.
Do you want to go in?
Again, a little bit of a leading statement from Jason. Do you feel that this is the specific thing? Yes. Whereas, like, what do you mean by it's a lot of psychic energy? Could you expand on what that means?
Yes, yes. You see, as I find myself here in this room, I feel as if, you know, I'm taking the place of a spirit person, and maybe someone walking in, and maybe there'd be a little bit of a person being startled, or they'd be walking past and they saw, you know, a shape. So I feel at times this can be a very, very, very a strong area in activity.
Is that true, Jason? Is that?
Okay, fact check.
There isn't any activity at all in this room that I know of that's been reported.
Okay. I just feel as if I get the fleeting things coming in.
Right.
Okay. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe just comes here just for resting.
Just for the lulz.
Now I'm seeing quite a tall man and a lady. Oh, we go.
Right.
Okay.
That's better, Sam. That's better.
Very nice from the outside. Inside.
Rather severe looking man.
Is this the man with the woman?
Yes.
Is he connected to the man that you picked up with the strong smell of...
Most definitely.
Really?
I feel so, yes. And he...
Do you hear the wind?
How rough, when you say he's a tall man, can you just give a very rough idea of what you
see,
mean by
because she was
tall?
only very small.
Okay.
Very small indeed. And I just quickly got a mental image of the lady. And I want to say, in hair colouring, virtually like steely grey leading to white. And the hair tone or hairstyle was up in like a bun. If that's
a high bun.
A bun up here. And in front here, do you know way I can describe that? Like a white dress going down to the ankle area, but like a pinafore white.
Your face is a picture, because it's almost like you kind of, you picked up on something, and you're like,
yeah.
you know.
And I feel as if she had to listen to this man. I feel she loved, you know, time, but she had to follow his every word.
Hi, platinum grey hair from A Life of Stress. She was only 16, child bride, I bet you.
Is she a spirit that is present in the building or haunting it?
She comes here. She's been here. She's experienced here.
And what about the man?
I get a conflict, you see. A conflict as if to maybe outside to people everything was okay, but it really wasn't.
Oh.
I get a bully. A bully. Behind closed doors.
Really?
Yeah.
I told you he'd done something.
When you gave the name William
Where's the cameraman in the back going? He's off on tour.
and Thomas, the man you're talking about that's associated with the woman,
Yes.
is it the William or the Thomas?
I feel it could be the William.
Thank you.
Okay, want to move on?
Yes.
Listen to that wind outside.
We can hear it, Yvette. We can hear it.
Yes. This is steep, isn't it?
Yvette, it's the second time I've had to do these bloody stairs.
Earlier, I was picking up 5 children. Now, I'm getting more than 5. I'm getting a lot more than 5.
I'm sorry, should there be children in a lighthouse? Is that good or bad? Did they come in the boats?
What can you hear? Can you hear them?
I feel as if the...
I just got an absolute fright. And the reflection in the window, I'm like, oh my god, there's a wee man in that window. No, it's a reflection.
Are they segregated in some way? They were kept... You see, I pick up children, and yet I don't pick up child behaviour. What does that mean, Sam?
Child slavery, probably.
They were in a group of some kind, and they had to do things. They had to. There's hardships linked to these children. Hardships.
Is that within the lighthouse or within the complex?
I feel within the complex.
Okay.
But I get that essence coming up here.
Yeah.
Within the complex? So, hang on. I don't think we've covered in what the complex is. So is the complex like the lighthouse grounds? Or maybe it's, I guess it's probably like a tourist site? Interestingly, when you think about it, if this went operational like late 1800s, child labour was legal in the UK till like, I'm gonna say like the 50s or something. It's not that long ago since they got rid of it, and scarily some people want to bring it back. But yeah, I guess there could have been children working, like doing like some of the smaller jobs.
Absolutely. And a certain amount of cruelty.
Cruelty towards children?
Yep.
Oh.
Is this connected
Sounds
with
right.
the woman or the man that you were talking about before?
I feel the man.
Of course.
Oh, someone's just said here, go to the water. And I went down with Chantress. A collision. He was involved in a collision.
Sorry, a steamer of 5,300 tons collided with the SS Exmouth and sank on the 15th of March 1943.
Something to do with Chantress.
We can check that. We have a list of the various different shipwrecks that are associated with this area.
Chantress. And it sounded like Ericsson.
Is that the name of a person?
Yes. And he, for some reason, popped in here because by him popping in here, he can relive seeing in this area where he and his shipmates went down.
Why does he want to re-experience that?
I don't know. I can't answer that as such.
Now, it's interesting to me because, so from what Derek's saying is, like, the person involved with the boat crash can come in and see the boat crashing or something. So it's almost like it could be his attempt at trying to stop that because he's seen it before. But what it makes me think of is, like, you know how with like horrible memories you hold on to or like traumatic stuff and you replay it in your head? Maybe that's like the ghost version. You know how people like live the same scenario over and over again? Maybe that's like how you relive like trauma in your head or certain replay events. Interesting to think about.
I feel maybe, I don't know, maybe he felt that this here didn't help his conditions. And he's blaming it.
He's blaming the lighthouse, so he's lingering at the lighthouse.
Yes, he's blaming it. And he doesn't bring what we could... He's not a bad soul, he never was. But he brings that stain of upset into the atmosphere. So he's not here to alarm people, he's just here to, when he comes, and for some reason, it's always when he comes, it seems to be a Sunday.
Right.
Sorry, Evie.
Not so much Sunday.
A Sunday.
Right.
So
that's important.
He is experienced here, or he visits here, or people have seen him here?
He visits here.
Okay.
I feel he stays out the way, but he visits here. But I feel it's not a bad feeling of blame, but seemingly blames here.
Do you want to
Can we go back?
The Chandris collided with the SS Exmouth and sank on top of the shipwreck Oslo Fjord. No
Ooh.
records of an Ericsson have been found as yet.
I feel just as
I'm sorry, but we're getting a wee bit into it. When are we going to put the lights off and do the wee walk round? I'm getting impatient.
I come up to the top step, I heard very clearly a man's voice say whatever this meant. He's so glad. This should have been lizard. Or someone wanted this to be lizard. And it was not to be so.
It is called lizard.
It is? What does he mean? What is the original name of this now, this lighthouse again?
Souter Lighthouse.
This man is glad that it was not called Lizard.
Lizard Point, so Lizard, he wants it to be Lizard, situated at Lizard Point. Lizard Lighthouse already existed in Cornwall.
Lighthouse.
Right, okay.
He's covering himself up and just wants to stay in the background.
Oh, okay. I thought I meant like guiltily.
We should maybe talk about turning off the lights.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Okay, let's do that then.
Finally.
With the lights off, we decided to continue our search in the living quarters. But before we could get there, Derek was being drawn to a room which served as a pantry, where he sensed some unusual activity. It was
Interestingly, in this episode, there's a lot of pulling of Derek. He seems to be getting like sort of pulled into lots of different rooms and things. It's quite interesting.
It's in this room that in the past, members of the lighthouse staff had reported some strange and puzzling experiences.
It's interesting that you picked up on an experience in their physical experience that you say that the lady or female ghosts or spirits that you're perceiving, because one of the people who works here did experience a physical sensation, and you say that it's something to do with the face and the bottom of the legs or the knees. It was actually the foot, and she felt, as she says, a strong hand on the edge of her toes with a slight pull and could free the door, shut the door, nobody there.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting that you picked up on a physical interaction. It wasn't quite what Sam told you, but it was in the right direction. So that's interesting.
I wonder if Derek will change his story now he knows.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I'd also like to point out is that viewing the two women, the two ladies, one of them was far bigger and more robust than the other. The one I was looking at the left, and she, looking at her now, or earlier, she would be of the size, strong arms, to possibly achieve, you know, this pulling. Which would give the impression it could be a man, yes.
Yeah. Well, I said to her, was there any strength in the pull? And she said yes, so that's why we perceive it to perhaps be male, but as you say, it could easily be a very strong female.
Yeah.
Exactly. Get them tilt, Jason.
Yeah. I also feel as if that female would have been very strongly used to dealing with, you know, meats and stuff like this.
Shouldn't be one?
Where do you want to go? It's alright, it's just the glass, it's just the glass.
Even I was like... Oh, that looks like a manky wee cushion.
I just realised something that you said earlier, actually. Which
And glasses?
Next door with the country, with the physical experience, you describing a robust woman.
Yes.
When I was with you here, as you'll remember, I'm sure,
Yes.
you described a largish lady with a big stomach and somebody that was quite sort of robust, as you described then. So is it the same sort of feeling?
I feel it could be the same person, yeah. That's why I was drawn in here.
Did you get any names connected with her?
You know,
I was thinking...
coming through as if I get Isabel or Isabella.
It was very interesting that Derek had picked up on Isabella. We know that she was registered as living here in the 1881 and 1891 national census, but no one had connected her with any paranormal activity in the lighthouse until...
Because they assumed she was a man. Bloody patriarchy.
Now.
Someone says, why don't you talk about Ted? Why don't you talk about Edward?
Ted
Yeah.
and Edward, are you here?
Let's talk.
Ooh.
Never said that before. Are you here? I feel quite silly saying it.
Who is saying to you, let's talk? Why are we not talking about Ted and Edward? Is it still the lady?
Yes.
So
She
is
said
Ted or Edward connected with her?
There's got to be a link.
Isabel is ready to spill the Tedward tea.
There's got to be a link. Big, pinky, if not pinky leading to red. I'd call them jowls, really, with this woman, okay? I've just been made aware here of a dog. It's like a black mongrel dog.
Is it connected to the woman?
Yeah.
I have to say there was no readings here earlier on, so if we do pick anything up in the way we can
Scan it.
Nothing registering at the moment.
Okay. This is hide and seek here. Why can't you just be front?
I have to admit, when I came in here earlier on to do something, I did not like this room at all.
It does have more of a
and
feeling.
When
than
I
the
sat
other
in that chair, I didn't like it.
Well, I
When
sat
I
earlier.
first sat in that chair, didn't like it.
Yeah.
I felt like somebody was going to come and say, "Oi, that's my chair."
To be fair, it looks like a horrible wee chair.
Yeah.
Well, there are theories about objects being haunted, but I have to say that every single object in this room is not connected to the lighthouse. They are all reproductions. I know that because I was told that. Every one thing, none of it has any link to the lighthouse.
Yeah.
So that's my imagination.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, but let's not discount the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Forget the furnishings, but the area and the situation of things.
If you believe in haunted objects anyway, and if you believe in psychic emanations and vibrations, they can connect to objects,
Yes.
then it's conceivable, if you believe that theory, that certain spirits will be connected, i.e. to the chair, to the table, but not necessarily with the lighthouse. So you may have picked up on something that happened to somebody in that chair somewhere a long time ago in a different place.
No, I think I was being a big girl pansy and just was frightening myself to death as I normally do.
Now, Yvette, a big girl pansy. Sometimes it's fine to be a big girl pansy, regardless of the situation. I'm just saying, don't beat yourself up, Yvette.
Fear factor, yeah.
Also not appreciating the big girl, as in, oh, I'm so scared.
Want to move on, Derek? Would you want to stay here a bit longer?
Can we move on?
Yeah.
Let's move on. Yes. Just come through and thought.
The last place we thought Derek would want to go would be Nick Dolan's office. No one had ever seen anything in here.
No one'd ever seen anything. Oh, okay. So I was like, no one's seen this office? No one's had any activity in the current dude's office. Okay.
I feel as if someone who's been here has suffered deep depressions. Oh yes. Oh yes. John. John.
Oh, John.
Don't you do that to me. I've got someone called John here who...
Employed by the local colliery, I don't know what that is. He lived in the lighthouse compound from the late 1930s and died in this room.
Don't you do that to me.
What's he trying to do?
He's trying to agitate me. That I could be the calm customer in John, and then I could be this angered soul coming in. But on this level here, without a doubt, the name John comes in.
Okay. Right. Do you want to stay on this level for a little bit?
Can we?
Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Members of the staff had all reported spoons flying, cold spots, and being physically grabbed. Was there a poltergeist in the kitchen?
We just had a strange EMF fluctuation here earlier.
Oh.
That was exactly where it was earlier on.
Same height too, because she was sat there.
Yeah.
So it's not there now.
That was really weird.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
You know, there's this hide and seek business that's going on here. Of that lady's presence.
Do you know what sort of things have been happening here?
Things elevated.
Physical things.
Yeah.
In this room.
in the property more so led to this room, I feel.
I'd be interested if Sam could tell you what happens.
I don't really see it.
They seem a lot more relaxed this episode. I don't know if it's just me, but they seem a little bit more... The most tense they've been was when they were in that room with like the chair. And this one, they seem a lot more, I don't know, laid back, which is interesting. I have a point. Because remember, like the previous people they interviewed that worked there said it's never like a malicious thing. We feel like these people are here just to like look after the lighthouse and stuff. So I wonder if that's kind of part of the kind of feel that they get from it, that they can be more relaxed.
You see her? You see her? Why are you looking like that?
Oh.
Well, she's looking at us.
Well, why not? Why is she looking? She's not going to do anything, is she?
She's not happy with us.
Where is she?
She's there.
Well, come on then, do something.
Come on, Isabella.
Scanner, Jason.
She's there.
Are you saying that the physical things that have happened in this room, physical object movement, is down to her?
Yes.
Oh.
Very much so. She gets a big kick. I was just seeing the expressions of women folk, how they are responding to what she's trying to display.
It was a
So she's not a girl's girl, is what I'm hearing.
woman that this happened to, the main sort of event that happened in this room. It
Yes,
was
woman to woman.
Girl to girl.
Oh, she's
But it
rather...
caused a big shock too.
Yes, she was rather pleased with the reaction.
Do you want me to tell you what it was? Because it's quite funny. One of the cooks was working here and she was cooking a big bowl of soup.
Yes.
And she had a ladle, probably not this one, in the soup, and the ladle suddenly went, and the soup went everywhere.
Is she still there?
Yeah.
Was that her?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Another woman.
That's come on by itself. That's come
This
on
has
by
just come on by itself.
It has.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
You sure it's not got a timer on there?
Looking to me at that, you need to turn the dial to turn it on. And
That did just come on by itself, but she did not.
Probably timed, no?
No, it doesn't matter.
I wouldn't have thought it was on a timer because the timer symbol isn't lit.
Right. But that's weird.
The night wasn't as eventful as we'd hoped, and Jason's motion sensors detected nothing. However, according to Derek, Isabella Darling was causing the main paranormal activity. It was quite exciting to know that we had discovered not just who was haunting Souter, but she was famous as well.
Interesting.
One of the areas that Derek picked up on last night and seemed to link in with psychically were shipwrecks. Now, it's a lighthouse. You'd expect there to be shipwrecks around here. That's why lighthouse...
Again, I would not expect there to be shipwrecks because that's why there's a lighthouse.
...houses are built. So I sort of partially disregarded that as being a little bit obvious. But he did get a few things which he had no prior knowledge of. For example, the name John. And there was a John that lived in one of the rooms or one of the locations within the complex of the lighthouse. And also the name Isabella, who was related to Grace Darling and whose family lived here.
There was a tinge of disappointment, maybe a large tinge, in the sense that it's out of anyone's hands, a spirit who does not, at any given time, want to communicate, either through showing themselves or even speaking direct or even showing, you know, symbols to the instrument, the medium.
Derek didn't pick up on some of the things I would have expected him to. He didn't pick up on the lighthouse keeper who haunts the building, who's been seen many, many times. And although he did mention poltergeist activity, it was, in his mind, related to a spirit called Isabella, who hasn't been seen in the lighthouse, as far as we know. However, the hauntings in the lighthouse are quite well attested. They're non-sensationalist, they're not publicity-seeking, they're not published anywhere. And those are the things really that I would question a haunting. I believe the testimonials of the people here, but unfortunately Derek didn't find the ghost I would have expected him to.
The truth is the truth, and if there is not a connection, nothing can be done. It's quite simple as that. Nothing can be done.
I'm sorry, what does that mean? The truth is the truth, and if there's not a connection, nothing can be done. I don't get that.
Well, there we are, another 24 hours over and done with. Now, we did manage to pick up a little bit of paranormal activity.
They might have cut their washing out the back. Look, they've put their washing in the background. Big pair of pants or something.
And Derek did come up with some names that we can historically verify. But the question still remains, is Souter Lighthouse haunted? What do you think?
Interesting. What do you think? So what do we think? Do we think that it was haunted? It didn't give us much to go on, did it? There really wasn't... We really didn't see anything other than that machine that came on, but I don't think I really believe that that was Isabella that fired up the generator or whatever it was that was in there. I think Yvette kind of summed it up right. It was a wee bit of an uneventful evening. There hadn't been too much of it, and everything kind of came from Derek. Which doesn't really give us much to go on because he could have been saying anything. I think a few things that maybe weren't obvious. Sorry, I keep hitting this desk. A few things that maybe weren't obvious is, like, at the start, as I said, they were talking about how, oh, it's like a relaxed atmosphere. We never feel threatened. It's, you know, kind of we take the ghost for granted almost. And then throughout the whole night, they were quite chilled until they got in that one room where Yvette got a bit spooked, but it wasn't actually related to anything. I felt a little bit of back and forward between Derek and Jason tonight, because it was interesting that they spoke a bit at length at the dinner table, and then later when Jason said none of the furniture in here is related to the lighthouse, it's all new, and Derek kind of said but it could be in the area kind of thing, so it could be linked to that. So yeah, I think it was fun to think about. I think there was a good few things in there. And what I'm interested in, actually, now we did this last time where we looked up the place afterwards. So let me just bring it up here. I want to, because they were talking about the compound and stuff like that, and I don't understand that, but it might just be because I don't understand how lighthouses work. I thought a lighthouse was like its own solitary thing. It had a lighthouse keeper or lighthouse keepers. And they would like rotate out based on that, but I didn't think it was like an active like community or anything. So let's see, right, I'm on the website about the Souter Lighthouse and the Lees. Don't know what a Lee is, but okay. So it's proudly stood on the coast midway between the Tyne and the Weir since 1871. Leading the way in a new generation of electric lighthouses. The area around the lighthouse was a hive of industry with a colliery. Hang on, what is it? What is a colliery? Which is a coal mine and the buildings and equipment associated with it. Okay, that makes sense. So it's a colliery and an entire workers' village. Although these have been lost to time, there are plenty of stories to uncover on a visit. Obviously they're saying that because they want you to go there. But then that makes sense. So it was the Whitburn Colliery. The best coal in the northeast was found in seams extending out under the North Sea. Whitburn Coal Company sunk 2 shafts out south of the lighthouse between 1874 and 1877, and the first coal was brought out in 1881. By 1898, it was producing 2,600 tonnes of coal each day. Mining at Souter was never easy though, and colliery finally closed in 1968. Reclaimed land is now Whitburn Coastal Park. The lost village of Marsden, you wouldn't think it today, but the grassed area north of Souter Lighthouse was once a thriving community. The village of Marsden was built in the 1870s to house workers from Whitburn Colliery and their families. At its peak, a church, Methodist chapel, shop, post office, school, miners' institute, allotments and a welfare field served the 700 or so residents. Now, that makes sense, doesn't it? Well, I mean, obviously it makes sense. Yes, there was a village, Stephen. But with me thinking it's a lighthouse, there's like 2 people in it at most at a time. Clearly not. And like with it having a school and things like that, then yeah, there would be kids around the area. It would be busy. There would potentially be things in the surrounding areas that could cause activity there. That's very interesting. But yes, let me know what you thought below. I don't think there's terribly much to recap on that episode, but it was still a fun episode. I'm always, as we know, a fan of nothing happening because it means that they've not forced anything to happen, which if it promised us in episode 1, if nothing happens, we'll see nothing. So yeah, we will I'll wait and see, and hopefully the next episode's a banger. We had a banger last one, quiet this one. Their nerves will have recovered, and then episode 8, we'll see where that leads. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and until next time, sleep tight.